Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Panthers, in a program built on the backs of legends like Tony Dorsett, Hugh Green, Mark May, and Mike Ditka. Give it the toughness that is epitomized by anyone who plays in the Steel City. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Pittsburgh Panthers. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Pitt Panthers offense will start this game off. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. A national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Setting up the screen.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. The Irish offense comes out. First chance we've had to see them today. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this quarterback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. They go to the ground. They could have used a little bit more there, picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollard.
That's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about them.
And the quarterback is snowed under. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard, and he did.
And often is good, too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. First down here for the offense. Run it with the fullback. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot. And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Quarterback keeper. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
I know there's a lot of play callers that will try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
Got the first down. And he'll be ridden out of bounds, but not before a good pickup on that one. The Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the big fullback. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And the fullbacks, usually are typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back. But occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it. But when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give them the football.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Leaves it with the running back.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Now improvising. Deep shot for the end zone. And the ball is intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And how about that interior defense? On for nothing. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's caught. It's Martin. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Ready to fire from the pistol. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Pass to 25. Just destroying his way through the field. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! the seal on the scoring.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Georgia Southern is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Kent State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A first down for the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Emmanuel. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Finds his man. It's Emmanuel. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. New set of downs after that completion. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he breaks into the open. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Irish!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he puts through the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Red pass, it's complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The RPO, fire complete to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Fullback's got it. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. A 3rd and long coming up here. The give to the back. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The give to the fullback. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Quarterback on the keeper. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. You just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
That defender is lucky on that play because he was beat on that deep route. He's lucky the QB overthrew that.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he wants it all. Wide open downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Emmanuel. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Coming after it. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To throw, it's Burgess. He's not afraid to go deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that 1st half. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Here come the Irish back on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
He wants to pass it on second down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And there is little that will send a home crowd into a frenzy like back-to-back sacks. Third and long coming up. Fires to the right. It's complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Irish send out the punt unit. Catches it cleanly at the 20. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First down for this offense. They'll give it to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip his hand. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I like giving him the fullback quickly. It's the three down front. You know, you got those three linemen. They're playing two gaps at a time, which means they're not really firing off and penetrating. So you can give it to the fullback and try to get downhill quick, and the linebacker comes and meets the big boy in the hole.
They ran it on first down, now on second. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 30. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Panther! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Georgia State is darn near perfect offensively today. This was almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up by 17 over the Sharks. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Using his legs, it's Gentry. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the big fella. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Give to the back. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Right back to the well. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up here.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matter with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And how easy was that for this offense? Tight end just wide open on the outside.
And Reese, one thing, I know this defense is concerned with all the speed offensively they've got at the wideout position, but you can't forget about the tight end. There's no way that guy should be that wide open on the perimeter of the field. How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
And the Panthers will have it 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. At midfield, he's got room. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense set on 1st down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. Dropping back, it's Burgess. They'll run the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
At the 40-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. Can't wait to see how this 4th quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. From the gun to give, looking for room. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Little touch pass to the receiver. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
He wouldn't have been the only All-American in his league there if I were allowed to pick enough push passes when I was playing quarterback. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The back goes in motion. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Let it bust for a long one, but now 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd and eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Well, how about that play call? 3rd down, turn it around, hand it to the big fella, your fullback, and he does the work to get the 1st.
Running back goes in motion. He has the 1st and still on his feet. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play. From the 22 on 1st and 10. They'll try the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before he gets started.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. On the option. The pitch. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
At the 18-yard line. Now, 4th down.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. This offense right on the doorstep. They can grab the lead late as time continues to wind down. The give to the fullback. Touchdown, Pitt! They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and said, boys, we need 1 more stop. Go out there, get me 1 more.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
17.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Uncorks one. And he's lucky to get that one back. His junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. That ought to be enough to give Pitt the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Leaves it with the back. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course. And when you win, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did. We saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
That's